broodmates have left in this dimension. Last we heard, some not-so-nice poachers stole them away. The team doesn't know exactly who the poachers are, but the bad guys are linked to a mysterious group called Firehenge. Finn and the crew decide the best thing they can do, naturally, is to get the hell out of Dodge. They blast out of the system, which obviously makes them look way more suspicious, but they don't have the time to twiddle their thumbs behind bars and wait until someone, hopefully, someday, proves their innocence. They must prove their innocence the old-fashioned way. An insanely risky adventure through hostile space to capture the real culprits. When they arrive in Primorthia's system, they find the Corps has already placed a bounty on their heads. They're all wanted criminals. Their fresh induction into the Rangers is reversed, and they've been kicked out of the Corps. Our band of merry fugitives is all alone. On their way to Primorthius, they're distracted by an SOS call from, get this, a Firehenge shuttle that has crashed into an old asteroid mining facility. They land at the facility to rescue a half-crazed Hipploden named Lorethia. She's barely coherent, but they think she might know something. Unfortunately, the Stygian hands also think she might know something. They've been tracking Lorethia and launch an attack on the station while Finn and the crew are there. Super convenient timing, of course. The crew escapes by the skin of their teeth, but their freshly renovated ship takes damage to a crucial component. To continue their journey, they have to replace the banged-up part. They take an emergency detour to a desert planet called Forwana for a quick fix. On their way, our plant friend, Audrey, does a full workup on Lorethia. She and Finn discover a parasitic worm embedded in Lorethia's nervous system. It's surprisingly like the Project Scythe worms they stopped all the way back in Book 2. There are just a few slight variations in the genetic makeup of the parasite. They're not entirely sure what the worm's purpose is, but they're pretty sure it isn't good. Audrey puts Lorethia into a long sleep within their med chamber to help heal her and hope that she comes out the other side with her mind intact. They reach Forwana and, long story short, they get stuck in the middle of a rebel terrorist group uprising in a crowded city. The rebel group uses bioengineered beasts in the attack against the local Accord-backed government. Naturally, Finn sees this as an opportunity to figure out where those beasts come from. He tracks down the leader of the rebel group, who is just as bad as the fascist government he's trying to overthrow. Like Renata said in Book 1, space is filled with a bunch of assholes. The rebel leader, Grodd, makes a deal with Finn. He says he'll reveal where he got his engineered monsters and fix Finn's ship. All he has to do is make a blood pact. With no other choice, Finn makes this nanite-reinforced blood pact. Basically, it puts a timer on Finn's life. If he doesn't overthrow the fascist government in time, he will die. Grodd tells them Primorthius is indeed where he got his creatures from the suspicious Firehenge group. Finn and the crew finally set off with fresh intel to Primorthius. On the way, Drake teaches them more about the history of Primorthius. They realize they're going to need some help when they get there, so they call an old Thraxan they rescued previously named Shranton. Shranton has connections to a Thraxan colony on Primorthius. At the colony, they meet a group of warrior Thraxans led by a woman named Osara. There's a whole to-do about Drake's status as an outcast, and Drake comes out on top, telling the other Thraxans what's what. Osara's people get over their prejudices, and Osara informs the crew that a bunch of Thraxans recently took off, heading, she thinks, to some secret prison complex. She doesn't know much more about what's going on, other than that she feels betrayed by the Thraxans who ran off. Unfortunately, no one can give Finn directions to this prison, where they suspect Firehenge is operating out of. The only person who might know is Lorethia, who said...